This Philips Norelco beard trimmer is quite old and it has stopped charging or working. It used to be that I could plug it in overnight and it would charge up the battery and then I could shave or beard trim in the morning. But now when I plug it in, these lights don't even light up at all. I suspect the battery's dead. First things first, always verify the power supply is actually providing power before you try to fix a device. Alright, 6 volts. It's actually rated at like 2.5 volts, but it's probably just a transformer power supply and it doesn't drop down to 2.5 volts until it's under load. And of course, when dealing with beard trimmers or shavers, you'll need a vacuum. Alright, there's 4 screws there, and on the opposite sides that hold this motor shroud in place. And again, more vacuuming. Alright, I'm going to run you through the Cliff Notes version of how to take this guy apart to get to the circuit board and the batteries to replace them. So this ring here lifts the height adjustment off. You can also just pull that off. This part here with the actual trimmer pulls out. This thing here, which catches the hair, pulls out. And now you're left with the razor with no more user serviceable parts. So this ring, which adjusts the height, moves this little slider up and down. It also holds on this metal ring, which holds the 4 plastic pieces around the handle. To get this off, it's held on by some little pegs here that are part of this motor mount. And so the motor mount has 2 screws up at the top, which are easy to get to with a screwdriver. And that has 2 screws that are down in here, and you can get to them if you have an appropriately angled screwdriver. So if you angle your screwdriver like that, you can take those screws out. So you take those 4 screws out. This guy will lift up and out a little ways, and then you can take the ring and twisting and pulling, you can lift it up and out. Once that ring is away, this little tiny metal ring down here looks like a piece of chrome on the plastic. It's an actual separate metal ring. It can push off, and that way you'll have 4 pieces. You have kind of the center piece, you have in these 2 side pieces here. You can snap the 2 side pieces off and then snap this top piece off, and then you have access to the circuit board and the batteries underneath it. So that's the appropriate way to disassemble this thing to replace the batteries. Well, it still made lots of popping and cracking noises when I pulled that off, even pulling this way from the top. At least now it's a little more obvious how to get these 2 halves apart. There's 2 little clips there and there. When you push those clips in, the bottom half of this at least separates. Finally, we have it open. So yes, you push these 2 clips in. There's 2 others here and up there, but I couldn't find access holes for those guys, so I just pulled up on this thing and they eventually popped out. I don't know if you can see the corrosion on the end of that NiCad, but I think that's my problem. These guys have a code that says 8-01, so they're probably 18 years old at this point. Looks like just 2 AA NiCad cells. They have some nice terminals welded on them. I'll probably have to just solder some wires to 2 NiCads I buy somewhere. It's actually getting kind of hard to find NiCads. Everybody's going to NIMH, but you want to use the same chemistry so that the charging circuit works somewhat correctly for them. So the batteries I'm replacing are NiCad. These guys were advertised as NiCad battery type online, but they're NIMH, which has a similar voltage, but the charging profile is different. But since these guys don't accept returns, I'm just going to solder it into my shaver, leave them a 1-star review, and call it good. I won't be leaving the shaver plugged in after they're charged, so it'll be mostly safe. So when doing repairs, it's always useful to test it before you put everything back together. Alright, looks like the batteries are not charged from the factory, but it did turn on the fan and motor at a slow rate. And when I plug in the charger, this little green light here turned on, which means it is charging, although the batteries will probably take a while to fully charge. So this top plastic piece snapped back on very nicely. Alright, I was able to get this metal ring back on by putting it in its indentations here and then pushing it all the way around and snapping it in place as I went around. That little metal ring is the key to getting this guy apart without horribly breaking all of the things as you try to pry on it. So basically, if you're taking one of these apart, make sure you take that ring off, and then these four pieces around here will all peel away. And you're still going to have to unsnap them, but you can reach in here and pull it up there to do it. So getting this slidey piece in place with the ring and the numbers correctly matching up is non-trivial. So you want to start with the ring out. You push this in and get it under and snap it in place. So there's one indent still sticking out, and this guy here should be on the 9. And that way, when you rotate this around to the 1 position, this guy is all the way down. So the rotation moves that up and down like so. And after that's done, then you can put the motor mount back on top of here and get it under there and put the screws in place.